Staying focused. I must say that staying focused sometimes is one of the most challenging things that we run across in our lives sometimes, particularly as it pertains to our goals and the things that we say that we want to accomplish with our lives. Um, I believe I read somewhere that staying true to a vision and staying locked into that vision for a consistent amount of time, hardest work on the planet. And I'm paraphrasing there, but that couldn't be more spot on in terms of the truth around the things that we have to do mentally to be able to stay locked into our objectives and our visions, the things that we want to accomplish with our goals in life. It is the hardest work on the planet because I can't stress enough that there's a certain level of mental clarity that one must have in order to be able to accomplish anything in life. So easy for us to be distracted, especially at this time and age where we've got social media, the internet, and all of these apps, television, and all of the things, right? What's trending, what's not trending. Everyone has an opinion about what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, who you should be doing it with, how long, and where, and what's cool, what's not cool. Everybody has an opinion. So much going on that can easily move you from focus. And so it's with that in mind that we have to understand that focus and clarity of mind is a very precious, valuable thing, especially during a time when it's so easy for you to be distracted. And so I can't emphasize enough the ability for you to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. There's a certain level of discipline that is going to be required of you in order for you to be able to stay locked into that thing. When you look at us as human beings and every other species on the planet, that is the one thing that differentiates us from an ant or an insect or some type of an animal, is that we have cerebral consciousness, we have a brain, we have the different aspects of our brain, the ability to critically think through things, your cerebral cortex, all of these things that allow us to be able to make decisions to say, hey, I want to go left today, or I want to go right today, or I want to go forward, I want to go backwards, etc. It's the one thing that kind of distinguishes and differentiates us from an insect, if you will, or a random animal. And so when you think about that, therein lies the answer to a lot of the problems that we create, I think, for ourselves, because your mind is the one powerful thing that you have right at the top of your head. Right between those ears is the most powerful machine that our Creator has ever made. And unfortunately, too many of us go through our entire lives and we don't even understand that all of our answers are right here. Rather than looking outward, you should be looking inward. And so all of the answers that you're looking for with your friends and your family and your colleagues and people around you and what everybody else is doing and this and that and the other, no. You need to just pause, take a moment, and go inward. That's where your inner God is to channel that inner God energy within self and figure out exactly what it is that you want to do with your life and the level of impact that you want to have. So it's important for you to have intention and understand where that intention comes from. And in order for you to have the power of that intention, you absolutely must stay focused. You see, because if you're distracted by every little thing that glitters is moving you in a different direction, you can easily be swayed from your vision. It's like getting in a car and saying you're trying to go somewhere, but you don't have an address. Don't have anything to put in your GPS system. And so now You're just kind of wandering around, and every little thing that shines makes you turn this direction. And the next minute you're going left, the next minute you're going right, the next minute you're doing a U-turn, and you're all over the place. Not focused. What is your address? What are you putting in your GPS? What are you putting in your point of direction that has you so laser focused that nothing and no one around you is going to distract you from getting to your destination? Focus. Clarity. No distractions. A point of direction that is so precise and so engineered down to a level of precision that nothing is going to knock you off of your marker. You see, this is the thing that most people in society suffer from. Lack of focus, lack of clarity. Don't know what you want to do with your life. Don't have a definite chief aim in your life. What is your definite chief aim? Where are you trying to go? So many people lost, aimlessly wandering around this planet trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives. You see, this is why staying focused on something when your reality around you looks different is the hardest work on the planet. That's why insects don't have to do it. You look at ants. Ants, they move very strategically. They have a very focused routine. In fact, I think sometimes we can learn a lot from insects because they have a certain level of work ethic and dedication and repetition and consistency in their focus, because they have no confusion about what to do. They have very clear intentions about what they do. Just study ants and how they move and how they operate. I think we can learn a lot from insects. It's another conversation. But the point here is that you must stay focused, guys. You must have clarity. You must have a consistent level of intention with the vision that you have for yourself in your life, and not letting anybody or anything knock you off of your marker with that. The most difficult work on the planet is to stay focused. When your circumstances around you don't look like the vision that you have in your head, what do? When in your mind you say, I'm a multimillionaire, but you look in your bank account and you got $100. Rent's due, the mortgage due, bills are due, but yet in your mind you see this life of wealth and abundance and overflow. What do? When there's a disconnect between the reality of your circumstance and the vision that you have for yourself, what do? Can you stay focused? Can you stay locked into that thing long enough to see it through? And I'm here to tell you that if you stay locked into that vision long enough and you execute consistently day in and day out of that said vision, we live in a universe that has these mystical, magical powers to unlock everything for you when you lead with intention. You see, it's something about that focus. It's something about that clarity. It's something about staying locked into that vision long enough and believing that vision will come to pass. See, this is where it gets hard. This is where it gets tough. Can you still believe in that vision long enough, even though the situation and the circumstances around you says something completely different? I know I'm a multimillionaire in my head. I see it in my vision. I see my dream house. I see my dream car. I see my dream family. I see the dream vacations. I see the $1 million in my bank account, but I don't have it in my actual pocket. I don't even know how I'm going to cover rent this month, let alone you talking about millions. But there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, but yet I still believe. Most people don't have the tenacity and the mental wherewithal and the capacity mentally to stay locked into that vision long enough to actually see it through. And this is where a lot of times we sell ourselves short in life. So you got to stay focused. You got to be focused. You got to be focused. You got to be focused. You got to stay locked into that thing. So stay focused, my friends.